Hello everyone, and a really warm welcome to our Bitesize live Q&A today. So today we are going to be chatting about something really important that I know is really important for all students, and that is scholarships for future international students coming to study here at the University of Glasgow. So firstly, just to introduce myself, my name is Alice. I am from the External Relations team here at the university, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Maria. So Maria, would you like to quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Maria and I work in the scholarship team and the external relations. It's great to be able to join you here today for the live session.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Maria. So I know that today we are going to have people tuning in from all around the world. So it'd be really fantastic if you could let us know in the live chat where you're tuning in from today. So that would be really good for us to know. Myself and Maria will be with you for the next 15 minutes. And for those of you who are watching us live, you can also submit questions through our live chat, which will remain open for the next 30 minutes. So I think that's everything we need to let you know before we get started. So firstly, my first question for you, Maria, is that we've had quite a few questions how you search for a scholarship here at the university.
So we have a database of all internal and some of the external scholarships available on glasgow.ac.uk/scholarships. As you can see, you only need to enter information on your country and program of study. And once you enter that information and click submit, you will see a list of scholarships that you may be eligible for based on that information. Some of our scholarships are program or country specific. So if you are thinking of applying for different programs, it may be worthwhile to do this search for each of the programs as well. All specific eligibility criteria and the application link is available on individual scholarship web pages. We continue to add scholarships to our web pages for the year if any more funding becomes available. So I also always recommend to recheck the web pages maybe every couple of months just to make sure you don't miss anything. Any course relevant scholarships are also visible on the program web pages. So if you go to the right hand side of your program web page, there's a fees and funding section. And you can view all the listed scholarships there as well and access the scholarship web pages from there.
Perfect. Thanks, Maria. And I think that's a really good tip because obviously using the scholarship database, we're trying to make it as easy as possible. But those kind of scholarships that might be to do with nationality, but also programs. So kind of rechecking in terms of programs are a really good one for students to know about. So one of the other main questions that we always get is how do you apply for a scholarship? Do you need to be an offer holder first? And what are the criteria around that, Maria?
For a majority of our scholarships, you don't have to be an offer holder to apply. However, you do have to make a program application as you will need the student ID and application number in order to register on our scholarship portal. Once you receive your offer, our portal updates that information automatically and will assess your application after the scholarship closing date, so you can apply before receiving the offer. Once you have searched the database and found the scholarship you wish to apply for, you will see this application form which collects some general information from you in order to register you on the scholarship portal. It is very important that the information you enter here is correct so that the portal can recommend other scholarships that you may be eligible for. Eligibility criteria is different for all of our scholarships. So I would recommend using the search function again to have a look and read the information on individual web pages for the individual schemes if you wish to kind of look over the general eligibility. After you have registered on the portal, you will receive an email and you can log in and will be able to see recommended scholarships on your portal and apply for each of them separately. The application form on the portal is very simple. Most of our scholarships will not require any additional document upload. And if you are applying for more than one program, you will need to resubmit the scholarship application for each of those programs. So you have an option to add that program to the portal and then apply for scholarships per program. We also have different automatic scholarships discounts for undergraduate and postgraduate students, which means that you do not need to apply for those at all. If you are eligible, you will receive an award email from us within a couple of days from getting your program offer. So those will not show on the scholarship portal.
Perfect. Thanks, Maria. And it's good to kind of visualize how the portal looks and how it comes through for the students so they can see what to expect. I know that this can be a tough question because we've got lots of international students and lots of obviously undergraduate and postgraduate students. But I need to ask, are there any particular scholarships that you'd recommend that international students apply for?
It is difficult to highlight specific scholarships as they will depend on your program and fee status or country. So I would still recommend using the search function. However, we do have a wide range of postgraduate Adam Smith Business School scholarships, varying from a £10,000 tuition fee waiver all the way up to full tuition fee waiver with a stipend. We also have the Global Leadership Scholarship, which covers majority of our PGT programs, and that's a £10,000 tuition fee waiver. We award 281 of those for 26-27 entry. So it is a very popular postgraduate scheme, as majority of our PGT students will be eligible to apply. We also have a more specific African and Caribbean Excellence Scholarship, and we award 20 of those this year, and this is a full tuition fee waiver as well. For international undergraduate students, we award hundreds of automatic awards, such as World Changers Global Excellence Scholarship, which is a merit-based scholarship. This is a £7,000 fee waiver per year of study for College of Arts and College of Science and Social Sciences, and it's a £10,000 for the Medical College and College of Science and Engineering. We also have a more specific World Changers Glasgow EU scholarship, which is a £5,000 fee waiver per year of study. This year, we also have a STEM in Scotland award open to all COSI applicants. So COSI, that's the College of Science and Engineering, and for all science and engineering applicants, which is a £10,000 stipend. We are also honoured this year to have been awarded funding from the British Council for the British Council Women in STEM Scholarship. That's for 5 students, which includes full fee waiver, stipend, accommodation, visa and flights. So it's a very popular scheme. And this will be open shortly on our web pages. So you may not be able to apply for it just yet, but if you revisit our web pages in the next few weeks, it should be open to apply for. In addition, we now also have the humanitarian scholarship for any displaced students affected by war or conflict in their home country. This is open to all postgraduate master students, and we have 9 of those awards. Alongside, we also have reopened our DEMA Alaj scholarship, which is open to students currently in Gaza on undergraduate and postgraduate level. Both scholarships are full fee waiver with stipend, accommodation, visa and flights as well, to support students affected by war and conflict. Our admission team also provides additional support for those students and additional consideration for students coming from conflict affected areas. So do not hesitate to reach out and ask for help if you're unsure if you're eligible to apply for the program or scholarship. Lastly, the University of Glasgow is turning 575 years old this year. And in celebration, we are going to open 4 new scholarships worth £15,000. And this will be a tuition fee waiver as well. And we are hoping to have that open within the next few weeks as well. So as always, recheck our scholarship web pages once in a while to make sure you don't miss out.
Yeah, perfect, Maria. And I think you really gave us a really good overview of the types of scholarship, like tuition fee discounts, but there's some full scholarships available as well. And yeah, obviously the University of Glasgow is so young, only turning 575 this year. So it's really fantastic that we've got some scholarships coming through to celebrate that milestone as well. So thank you so much. Another question that we do always get asked is, how long does it take to find out if someone has been successful in getting a scholarship?
So we typically assess applications after the closing date. There are different closing dates for different scholarships. All can be checked on the individual web pages. We aim to communicate decisions within a couple of weeks from that closing date. For our Global Leadership Scholarship, which is the big scholarship I mentioned before, we have 281 of those. We award these every couple of weeks. So we aim to, excuse me, get in touch with you within 6 weeks at the longest from you receiving your program offer. And any automatic awards, as I mentioned before, will be communicated within a couple of days from you receiving your program offer.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Maria. So other than the university's websites, we've kind of covered kind of the university's website and the portal and everything that we've got listed there. Are there any other places that students should be looking for scholarship opportunities?
So we have some of the external scholarships already advertised also via our web pages. Otherwise, you can also have a look for government-sponsored scholarships in your own country. Often you can find some private companies in a specific sector that offer scholarships to study abroad as well. For PhD scholarships, it's best to check out the graduate web pages on Glasgow University website. And for Erasmus Mundus scholarships, please have a look at individual consortium pages because that funding is separate. I would just like to add as well that if you are successful securing a full external scholarship as well as an internal Glasgow scholarship, your internal scholarship would automatically be removed. Similarly, if you are successful in receiving an auto discount or partnership discount, but then are successful in receiving a higher value scholarship that you applied for, the lower value scholarship will be removed as well. So you can only be in receipt of one scholarship at a time.
Yeah, that's really fantastic. And it's important to note that, we always try some of those automatic scholarships for postgraduate, for example, might be 5,000. But if you manage to get a 10,000, then you're going to get the higher amount. So we try and support you as best as possible. But yeah, just having that one scholarship is really important for students to note at this point as well. So thank you. You really covered that really well. I'm going to give you a little bit of a break for this final question, Maria. So some of you who are tuning in today will have received an offer from us already. So that's really fantastic. Congratulations if you have. So if that is the case, you may be wondering what the next steps are. So what else you need to think about. So scholarships is obviously a big one, but what else is there to think about here at the university through that journey as you want to come and study at the University of Glasgow? So we have these really fantastic offer holder hubs in place. So these are kind of application hubs, but they're also college-specific hubs. You should get information around these, but you can also find it on our website as well. So you can visit those offer holders hubs and find out the things that you need to be looking out for, and the next steps are all listed in those hubs as well. One of the major ones that students always want to consider, especially when they're moving maybe away for the first time and moving abroad into Scotland for the first time, is accommodation. So we always recommend that you apply for accommodation as soon as it opens. This is generally around late February to early March time. So please keep an eye on our website, but you are able to fill out a register interest form on the website at the moment. And this means that you will be notified as soon as those accommodation applications open as well. The website for accommodation also has all of these profiles on our residences, so you can have a look through, familiarise yourself with the prices, for example, the different kinds of rooms that we have, and what would work for you as an individual. So that's kind of what we'd recommend at the moment. So fill out your register to interest so that you're ready to go and apply for accommodation when it opens. Just to note, you are able to apply for accommodation with a conditional or an unconditional offer as well. So as soon as they open, if you've got a conditional offer, just get your application in for accommodation as well. One of the major things is, obviously I've mentioned conditional offers. If you're sitting with a conditional offer, you need to make sure you're familiarising yourself with the conditions to your offer and what is left outstanding and what you need to upload to us in the applicant self-service portal. So there might be some outstanding documentation, like an English language test, for example. So please make sure you're aware of what your conditions are and you're uploading those conditions as soon as possible so we can move you to unconditional as soon as we can. It sounds really simple, but checking your emails is a major one, especially at this time. I know that you'll get emails from the university, but also maybe from what you're studying at the moment. You'll have loads of things in your emails, but make sure you're checking your emails to find out further information from the University of Glasgow so that you're kept up to date. We also have these fantastic offer holder communities here at the University of Glasgow. So you're able to join these communities, and this allows you to meet other offer holders prior to your arrival in Glasgow. You will automatically receive an invitation to do this once you hold an offer with us. And we've heard feedback from students that they've made friends before even arriving in Glasgow through these communities. So it's a really fantastic place to start and kind of build your journey to come to Glasgow. We host information sessions online, so it's a really good way to come and ask any questions that you have regarding your offer. You can chat to staff and hear from current students and make sure that you're asking those important questions that you're unsure of at the moment. And one of the major things, like Maria's mentioned it earlier as well, is contact us. If you're ever unsure of doing anything or of anything that is going on at the moment, you can contact us through our inquiry form as well. So just make sure that, it's not scary. Everyone is going through the same situation. There is no stupid question. So reaching out to us is one of the main ones that we always recommend at the moment as well. So unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. But if you are joining live and if you have further questions, our team will continue to answer these for the next 15 minutes as well. So please make sure you're submitting the questions in the live chat. Hopefully you've found today really useful. I know that I have. So Maria's given us lots of really useful information on scholarships, both for undergraduate and postgraduate international students. And we really hope to be welcoming you to Team UofG in the not too distant future. So thank you very much, everyone. Bye now.
Thanks so much. Bye.